What's up? What's up? This your boy JG back with another video on music tips and reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you just coming in, just appreciate y'all support over the years. Thank y'all for tuning in. Who's ever in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. So yeah, Beyonce album is coming out. On Friday. Excited about that. I know the Beehive is excited about Renaissance coming out. Renaissance album. So I just want to see other people's prediction as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. And so to 29th, I know it's highly anticipated Beyonce album, Renaissance. I keep wanting to say B-Day because it feel like that energy, like when she came out with B-Day. It was a lot of energy, with that album. And so honestly, I don't know what to expect with this album, because there's so many people that has put their input into this album. It seems like she's using a lot of sample stuff on this album. Renaissance, she using a lot of samples, and I wonder what people gonna really think about this album. Will they be disappointed, or will they be pleased with what she put together? And so I want to check out the track list. The first song, "I'm That Girl," sound like a typical Beyonce title. "I'm That Girl." I got a feeling that this album is not only gonna be like a woman empowerment album, but I feel this album is gonna be like a LGBTQ type of empowerment album as well. She already came out with "Break My Soul," and that was kind of geared towards that community, and also woman empowerment. She always have woman empowerment songs on her album. So the first song is "I'm That Girl." The Dream's doing a lot of songs on this album. It's a lot of credits on this album. Cozy, I see Naja. She's doing some writing on that song on Cozy. And she's been doing a lot of writing. She's been busy, from Chris Brown to Drake, to Ariana Grande. She's been writing for a lot of people. Naja, Charles. Yeah. So that's an interesting title, Cozy. I'm kind of speaking from a perspective. I haven't heard the album yet. I haven't, got no leak, of the album. But I'm glad she's doing it the old-fashioned way. This time, she's not giving like a surprise album, but it's an album that she already set the date, and everybody knows the date, and everybody's anticipating this album. And like I said, especially the Beehive, they're anticipating this album. Alien Superstar, that's interesting. So I think also this album is going to be out the box for her on certain songs, and I think certain songs she's still going to give her fans what they love about her. The power vocals, upbeat, stuff like that. So let me know your prediction of the Beyonce album, what you think the album gonna sound like. What's up? Shout out to Big Arch and Money. Uh, that's up here. Shout out to him. Check out his page. He has a lot of good information about stock and crypto and things like that. If you're interested in those things, check out his page. He's steadily growing on his page, so shout out to him. I know you're a big Beyonce fan too. Big Arch and Money. I know you're a big Beyonce fan, so shout out to you. And so as we go into the album, Cuff It. That's interesting. That's interesting. She got a lot of good, interesting titles on the album. Nile Rodgers, Raphael Sadiq. Wow, that's big. So I wonder if his him contributing to it. I wonder if they sampling his music or he's playing actually on the song. So that's interesting. He said, "Hell yeah, Beyonce GOAT." Yep, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say GOAT, but she's one of the best out there. And as far as under close to, under the Michael Jackson thing, influence. But thank y'all for tuning in. And I just want to know y'all prediction of the album, what you think the sound of the album is going to be. I think it's going to be really interesting to hear what's going to happen on this album. So Energy, that's dope. I wonder if she's going to have another house sound in the album on here. I wonder if she gonna have another house, beat like Break My Soul on this album. So yeah, it's interesting. Of course, Break My Soul, everybody heard that song. That song had to grow on me. Break My Soul. A lot of people, it had to grow on them because Drake, he had came out with an album was kind of with house music and stuff like that, and so people from the beginning, they was thinking she was kind of trying to jock his style as far as the house music thing. But it grew on me. That song grew on me. Break My Soul. Church Girl, that's gonna be interesting. Produced by No ID. I see The Dream writing a lot of songs on this album. James Brown, I guess they're gonna sample him. Twinkie Clock. Twinkie Clock. It's on this. They probably sampling. Her. The Clock Sisters on this album. So that's interesting. Plastic Off the Sofa. That's a good title as well. So it's very interesting. I'm very curious to see how this album is going to be as far as the sound, sonically. I think she's going to kind of go out the box as far as her melodies and her vocals. So I'm very interested to hear, where she's going to go. Virgo's Groove. That's interesting. Move, featuring Grace Jones and Tim's. I'm a big fan of Tim's, and I heard she was gonna be on this album, on this song called Move. Heated. I see Drake's name up here, so that's interesting. Heated. Thick. So she got a lot of good, interesting titles on this album as well. I'm curious to see how it's gonna sound. All Up in My Mind. America Has a Problem. Pure, Honey, and Summer Renaissance. So that's the track list of this album. Like I said, I'm very curious to hear this album sonically. what she's going to put together as far as what we hear on Friday the 29th, July 29th. The album is coming out. I think the Beehive's gonna like the album, even if it's a mediocre album. I think they still gonna like the album. And like I said, I like that she's putting out the album the traditional way. She's not, making it a surprise. The way the album is coming out. She actually has a date, and it's gonna be crazy on Friday. Everybody's gonna do a review on the album. I know. Most likely, I'm gonna do a review as well of the album. I'm probably gonna listen to it as I drive and stuff like that on Friday. But I don't want to listen to the album until Friday comes, because I want to be, have a fresh ear to the Beyonce album. Lemonade was kind of disappointing to me. I didn't really like Lemonade album. So hopefully this is a rebirth of, actual rebirth of her sound sonically. I don't know if y'all seen me do the ranking of Beyonce albums, but my favorite Beyonce album is B-Day. That's my favorite Beyonce album. So the interesting song titles up here that I'm curious to hear is Cozy. I'm interested in that song because Naja Charles, she's a dope songwriter. Alien Superstar, that's I'm interested in that. Cuff It. So I think the sound, as far as the lyrics, I think it's gonna be simple. I think it's gonna be catchy. The hooks and stuff, because the Dream, he wrote a lot of songs on this album, and I know his writing style is simple but complex at the same time. So and I saw one song, Energy. I see Pharrell and Chad produced on that song as well. But at the same time, I kind of miss when albums had like one or two producers. They didn't have so many people producing on an album. I like when it's just two people, like like on B-Day. You had Swiss Beats, Pharrell, Rich Harrison. He had only a few producers, but nowadays you have like writing camps. You have this whole camp of people, and as far as songwriter credits and percentages, each person don't get a lot of money. I mean, they don't get a lot of percentage. Well, they don't get as much money, but if the album is a success, they get a good amount. But how this industry is, you never know. But and y'all know how she did Neo, irreplaceable. So it's interesting, and I can't wait to hear this album on Friday. And also, if you still in here, let me know what you think. Predict about the album, about the sound of it sonically when it comes out. I'm very interested in. I like that she used a lot of new people as well. She don't use the same producers. She used different people on the album. So let me know what y'all think. The album is gonna sound like. It comes out the 29th. I know, like I said, I know people gonna do reviews about it, especially the Beehive, and I think it's gonna focus on the LGBTQ community. I think it's gonna focus on woman empowerment. That's what she's been really focused on as far as her messages, especially "Break My Soul." I think that was focused, geared on those communities. And yeah, I'm interested. And I know Jay-Z write a lot of her rap verses and stuff like that. I heard he wrote the verses on Break My Soul. He wrote the verses, the rap part on um, that particular song. So again, let me know what y'all think. Predictions about the album. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I see 2 people in here. And also, if you want to support, I got Cash App, $jgilzva. And yeah. And appreciate y'all for tuning in. All right, this has been another video from your boy JG. All right, peace.